Hey everybody, it's Miss Kramer. I'm here with your story tonight. And tonight we're going to take a look at P is for Pterodactyl, the worst alphabet book ever. All the letters that misbehave and make words nearly impossible to pronounce. By Haldar and Carpenter. I hope you guys enjoy this book. It's really, really funny. Did you know that there are some really wacky words that start with a silent letter? Most of the time you can just ignore that pesky first letter and sound out the rest of the word. But be careful, there are other words in this book that don't follow the rules. Look to the back of the book for some help with some of the most mischievous words. A is for aisle. The bread aisle has not been cleaned in eons, and 9 tiny beasts meet to have a feast. B is for delium. We doubt anyone knows what delium is, but it's the only word dumb enough to begin with a silent B. C is for czar. Shh, the fascinating czar is secretly part Czech. D is for Djibouti. The boat race begins when the handsome judge from Djibouti drops his handkerchief from the bridge. E is for U. Eileen the ewe was so euphoric the wolves were eaten, she even gave the eulogy. F is not for photo, phlegm, phooey, or phone. F is only for photo when you speak fluent Spanish at home. G is for gnocchi. The gnome yells, "Waiter, there's a bright white gnat nibbling on my gnocchi." H is for air. The honest heir admits that herbalism is not his cup of tea. I is not for eye. We asked the pirate if he has 2 eyes, and he said, "Aye, aye." J is for High-lie. Juanita and Bjorn happily played high-lie before eating fajitas in Juarez. K is for knight. The noble knight's knife nicked the knave's knee. L is not for L. An elephant named L rode the L train halfway to El Paso and dined on hearts of palm with her folks. M is for mnemonic, but now Mr. M can't remember why. N is not for not. N is for naughty children who will sing a solemn hymn when autumn comes to an end. O is for Ouija. The French leopard says, "We love to play Ouija with the wee witch from Oaxaca." P is for pterodactyl. Ptolemy, the psychic pterodactyl, struggles with psoriasis. Q is for quinoa. We can enjoy quinoa and quiche by the quays of Qatar. R is not for R. In England, the Queen proclaims, "We aren't saying the R's in butterfly, shark, or lizard." S is for seas. Cece swam through the debris in the seas to see the imaginary Isle of New Arkansas. T is for tsunami. The charging tsunami washed away all of Tchaikovsky's tchotchkes. U is not for you. You could have never guessed that the wolf was disguised as the ewe. Oops. V is for 5. How romantic. Oops. W is for wren. The wren wrapped the rabbit's gift in red, but forgot to write a note. X is for xylophone. Xavier's extra arm made him an exceptional xylophone player. Y is not for why, but Yves, who is wearing yellow shorts, yells, "Why is the Eiffel Tower upside down?" Z is for Zhivago. Good night, Zhivago the zebra. I've enjoyed our rendezvous. Zzz. And now, the worst glossary ever. So in the back here, there's some list of all the bizarre words. So you've got aisle, a passage where people where people walk. Autumn, the season of fall. Eon, a very long period of time. Sometimes you do see that one spelled E-O-N, but in the old spelling of it is A-E-O-N. Delium, a good-smelling sticky resin made by a specific species of tree that grows in parts of Africa and Asia that's burned in religious ceremonies. Tsar is the title of a Russian ruler before 1917. Can also be used to describe a powerful person. Czech is a person born or living in the Czech Republic. Debris is broken pieces that are left after something has been destroyed. Djibouti is, believe it or not, a real country, a tiny African country that's made of mostly desert. The L train is a train in Chicago. It's any elevated train can be called an L train, but it's most commonly known for Chicago. El Paso is a town in Texas. Ewe is a female sheep. Euphoric is to feel very happy or excited. Eulogy is a speech given after a funeral. Exceptional is better than average. Photo is the Spanish spelling of photo. They don't have the PH in Spanish. They just do with an F. Gnocchi is a little type of dough dumpling. Usually it's made with potatoes. A gnome is a make-believe creature that looks like a little man. An heir is someone next in line to inherit something. Herbalism is the study of how plants can be turned into medicine. A hymn is a religious song. An isle is another word for an island. Highlight is a sport started in Spain, played using a scoop to throw a ball against a wall. A knight is a soldier from the Middle Ages. A knave is a dishonest person. A knot is formed when we tie a string. A mnemonic device is a handy way of remembering something by connecting words, and the one that they show in the book is the Great Lakes mnemonic, where Holmes, Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, Superior. Oaxaca is a place in Mexico. Oui is the French word for yes. Ouija is a type of game. Phlegm is a kind of like the thick liquid that you get in your throat when you have a cold. Phooey is an explanation to express dislike. Pterodactyl is a huge flying dinosaur. Ptolemy is a really intelligent Greek mathematician. A psychic is someone who has mysterious mental powers. Psoriasis is a skin disease that makes your skin itchy and dry. Quinoa is a grain that's grown in South America. A quiche is a pie made with eggs, milk, and cheese. A quay is a place where ships load and unload passengers on the land next to a body of water. Qatar is a country in the Middle East. Rendezvous is a secret meeting. And then it gives a note about how the British accent often skips over the R sound, which is why if you speak with an English accent, you say things like work and mark and for and computer. Solemn is very serious. A tsunami is a large wave in the ocean caused by an earthquake. Tchaikovsky is a famous classical musician. Tchotchkes are like trinkets or souvenirs. A wren is a little bird. The ancient Romans used to tell their letters with, their numbers with letters. And so you can see there that it's I is 1 and I is 2. And so the reason that that page has V's on it is because V is the letter for 5. Xylophone is a musical instrument, and Zhivago is a Russian name. And there we go. There's your worst alphabet book ever.